Okay folks, this is something that's a little bit of a worry at the moment, but I'm getting on top of it. And the people who I spoke to, or the person I spoke to, was really helpful. It's really difficult trying to keep my campaign alive to find a lost loved one. I really miss my partner. His name's Luigi. And I just can't seem to get in touch with him, so I'm pulling out the stops. I'm using data. I took out a bank loan on this photocopier because my old one died on me, but basically my campaign is costing me loads of money and I just can't afford it. Sometimes I get into debt, a little bit of debt with the bills, and it's really hard to deal with. It's really hurting me, but I'm trying to get in touch with this person. I see this as a worthy cause, but it's really not as easy as it looks trying to get social media to work the way that I'd like it to, because I'm really missing this person and it's really hurting me, folks. Really, really hurts to be alone and dealing with this. I really do. I feel lonely. But anyway, let's see what this is. Well, this is the envelope where my telecommunications bill or telco bill came. And as you can see, it's the Telstra logo. I'm having problems paying my Telstra bill. But the lady I spoke to, I think, was it yesterday? Or no, it was the day before. She was very understanding and helpful. And she allowed me to have an extension of 2 weeks to pay the bill. So I'm really grateful to that person. But it's still not a pleasant thing nonetheless to have a whopping bill come in the mail and saying it's the final notice of being overdue and we're going to cut your services, sort of thing, if you don't pay it up. So it really hurts to be away from this person and being in debt sometimes, but fortunately I do get on top of it. I've had so many catastrophes. I've been with debt, but I've always come back, so I have to be optimistic that this will be worth the trouble. And I don't know what happened here. I fucked it up. I don't know what I did. It's just gone just to there. It's just twisted it. It's like the photocopier rotated the image automatically. We auto-rotate. Sometimes I accidentally press. Now I've lost my settings, folks. I don't know what happened there. Sometimes these things happen. We're going to make it 200% this time. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. I must have accidentally hit the image rotate button. I do think I've set this up properly, I do hope. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's better. It's not rotating the image now, but it's still a little bit too small. I'm going to move it up a bit and enlarge it slightly to get it to fill the page. Going to make something interesting out of this. I'm trying to turn a negative into a positive, folks, by using this bill as a demo piece. I actually think this side's better because it's straighter than this side, so I'm just going to turn it upside down. But basically it really hurts to receive a bill in the mail. Normally, whatever, it's really hurts. It really is a shock to the system when you do get a bill that tells you you've got to pay up, but that's the way it goes. You know, they have to make money somehow. I do wish data could be cheaper. I do wish it could be cheaper to have data, so that people like me on a low budget can still live a fairly good life. People like me who don't have much money because I've got disabilities, and these disabilities impact my ability to work in a normal job. Now that looks a lot better. We still need to enlarge it a bit, but basically it's really difficult living in a world where disability isn't a very useful thing. I just wish I didn't have to be disabled, folks. I wish I could be. I'm trying to get my art recognised as well as trying to get in touch with my loved one. And it's really hard. I'm trying my best, folks. Now that's still got to go a bit bigger on the vertical, maybe on the horizontal as well. I do think we've got to make it a bit bigger. Yeah, still a little bit small because I can just see that little bit there. Make it a bit bigger and that'll be it, and then we'll make it into an interesting piece after we've done this. Yeah, that looks better. So that's our sheet of image on the Telstra bill. Deep breath again, folks. So we'll just throw that in the recycle bin. Telstra, yep. My dad used to work for them a long time ago. He got retrenched. Pity. But anyway, it happens. My dad's an asshole anyway. Yeah, that looks interesting. I do like these little hot coloured bits appearing there. Wondering if maybe we should lighten it off. But that looks really nice so far. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Filling the page a lot better. We're going to make this into a marbled piece. yeah, that's starting to look really nice. I do think we do need to do another piece of marbling before we can commit to it. But yeah, I'm missing this person. His name's Luigi, and I'm trying to get this stuff to go out on social media so I can get in touch with him. I know that we can't get in touch with him now because most of New South Wales is under lockdown for COVID-19, and I don't think we can meet each other, let alone get married. So the marriage is out of the question. So I'm really lonely, and I really get upset with things, and I really, yeah, this is looking nice actually. Wondering if we could use that one, or we're going to do another piece of marbling. I'm just going to try and decide which one I'm going to use. I'm going to use that one. We're going to marble it even. I think we're going to go with this one. But I really miss my partner, and it really hurts, and I'm just trying hard to get my work out there to find him. He's into photocopiers as well, folks, so he shares my ardent passion for this kind of kit. We want to redesign the photocopier one day, make it a better tool, better than the crap we have today, like this piece of equipment here. And this looks really quite nice. I think we can work with this. Yeah, but I'm really missing him, and it really hurts to be away from him as long as I have been. I do think we're going to cut it off there. We're going to just enlarge it big time. Trying to work out intuitively how to do this, folks. So I'm going to use that one. But basically I do get myself into a lot of tangles with the bills, and as you can see with this Telstra bill, I have got myself into a bit of a pickle. But I've had this problem before, and I've always come out of it on top. I really wish I could be married to Luigi and I can escape all this stuff that I have to deal with, like bills. Now I'm just going to check to see if I'm doing this right. But basically I do get extremely lonely, and dealing with issues like bills really doesn't go down too well when you're lonely. When you're alone and you're feeling lonely, and everything you do, you feel like you're under the pump. I know companies like Telstra are not charities, so I've got to expect that if I don't pay my bill on time, this happens. I do wish they could be less focused on profit, however. I wish data could, as I said before, I wish data, for example, could be a lot cheaper for people with disabilities. But basically, yeah, I know, they're not a charity, I realise that. That looks really quite interesting. I wonder which side we're going to do. I do like this bit there. I wonder if we're going to enlarge it further or whatever. I don't know, folks. I do think maybe moving it this way. But I really get lonely without my partner, and it really hurts to have to deal with big bills, and I guess you could call it the reality of living, folks. But I'm really grateful for the lady who answered my call, and she was really kind to me. Hats off to her once again for being helpful and giving me the payment extension or that she gave me, and that's looking really good. This looks really nice. If I had the money, folks, I would have paid it straight away. I would have no questions asked. I don't like being in debt, folks. It's really not pleasant, just as much as a cat hates getting, well, I don't know if cats really hate water, but that's what the idea is, and the point of that phrase is that I don't like debt. So if it's true that a cat hates water, well, I hate debt like a cat hates water. So I'm not sure if it's a myth that cats hate water, but the point I'm making is I hate debt. I really do. I don't like getting myself in trouble. And years ago, about just over a decade ago, I used to use prepaid mobile phones and mobile broadband. However, data was really puny back in those days. But I really hated the idea of getting into debt. I wasn't ready to face it back then. I had big problems in my life that had to be addressed first before I could take the plunge and take these calculated risks that I currently take now to get in touch with my loved one. Now this is looking really quite nice actually for a telco envelope. It's really nice. It's a long demo, but I think it's been worth the length of it. And yes, that looks brilliant. I think now we can call this demo quits.